Earlier this month, the Bank of Canada dropped their prime lending rate for the first time in 4 years. How does this move affect our housing market in the GTA? Let's review some detailed stats and find out. During their meeting on June 5th, the Bank of Canada expressed a significant concern. They noted in the meeting minutes that the cuts to the benchmark interest rate could potentially fuel more activity in the housing market, which has been relatively cool during the typical busy spring season. The central bank warned that pent-up demand from sideline buyers, if coupled with lower borrowing costs, could lead to an overheated market. So how did the housing market react to this news since June the 5th? Here are some numbers we should look at. We will start with the city of Toronto for all house types. We usually ignore the current week's number on the far right because data has not been fully reported. You see that sellers are pretty calm in response to the news, and we have the same number of new listings. The demand picked up a little bit during the week of the interest rate announcement, but was not even as high as the weeks in May, which were considered a very slow spring. The number of showings is the leading indicator of where the market is heading. Once again, we did not see any increased showing activities, and if anything, the showings are trending down as people are getting prepared for the summer holidays. The same observations were on the number of offers registered. For reference, we will also check the same data in the York region and see if there's any difference. For new listings, we hit a peak in May and then went back to the normal level. So data remains pretty flat. And the most important number of showings here, they were fluctuating in the 300s and are not showing any increase since the rate cut. Overall, the reality is that since June 5th, there has been really no difference in terms of housing activities from both the supply and demand sides. Typically, in the past years, the housing market will considerably slow down by late June and throughout the summer due to people's vacation plans. So I think the interest rate cut is somewhat a positive encouragement for both buyers and sellers in a sense to keep the slow housing activities going without hitting a complete stop. And this is probably what the policymaker wanted to see. They are so afraid to see another overheated market, but at the same time, they do not want the homes to devalue any further. The timing of the interest rate cut was also very smart as we skipped the typical hot and busy spring market. So the initial momentum with overbiddings and competitions cooled off ahead of their announcement. Hence, the market did not pick up right away. On top of this, we have also seen a series of actions our policymakers introduced at many different levels aiming to cool the potential overheated housing market, such as Toronto increased the property tax by 9.5%, the foreign buyers ban was extended, the introduction of a cooling off period for detached homes in pre-con sales, and the most recent action taken was the additional inclusion rate for the capital gain, which will come in effect today on June 25th. I think they are trying everything they can to shut the investors' passion and hope to somehow restore the affordability. And if we see a trend in the market getting back toward a seller's market, our policymakers will continue to intervene by introducing new taxes or laws. Overall, the housing market in Toronto and York region has stayed flat since the beginning of 2024. And according to our observations and predictions, our central bank will softly ease the high borrowing costs. Our housing market will likely to stay pretty stable in the near future. Because we continue to have more new listings than sales for a few months in a row, for most of the GTA, we are still in a buyer's market in which the buyers have more negotiation power on both the price and other terms. For sellers, if you are in need of selling a property, you have to set a realistic pricing goal and do exceptional well on preparing and marketing so your property can stand out. Thank you for watching my House the Market in Toronto and York region. My name is Nick Xu from Sun Team at Remax. We help you maximize joy and profits when buying and selling real estate. If you're looking to move, let's connect. I keep a pulse on what's happening in the market and in your area, so you can feel confident in your decision to buy or sell a home today.